mean by blitzkrieg style enforcement?
Well, it's rights owners coming together collectively. I mean, that's my definition of it. Coming together collectively and going after as many illegal downloaders as possible within a certain frame of time. And that is because what you want is you want to send a message to the community out there that illegal downloading is not permissible. And from there, you create a deterrent effect, which should, we should have, consequences for consumer behavior thereafter.
How do you think people will react to that, guys?
Well, I think enforcement's probably important. Spending money on lawyers, I'm not sure about that. But I think what's needed, there's two things that are needed. One is the most important thing to stop the issue that you're talking about is actually to make the content available. So we've gotten off on a bit of a tangent. So regarding piracy, what we found is once the content is available, with a combination of making the content available and some prevention measures goes a really long way. But the most important thing is to make it available. You can never stamp it all out. And if you do, you might as well be in a fascist nation probably. So you got to be very careful about that. Also, you hurt the fans. I mean, these are the guys who are going to go to the movies, who are going to go spend the money on merchandise. So you don't want to piss them off. You don't want to really make them angry and turn them off. So you have to give them what they want in a way that makes everyone happy. And at the same time, continue to enforce, I think. And then back to the other thing about why things are missed these days. I think that I'm 43 years old, so the anime that I liked when I was a kid was Mahagogo or Speed Racer. But I didn't even know it was anime. I mean, at that time, kids didn't know what was Japanese and what was not. But today, they watch it because it is anime. They know what the word anime means. So they want it to be true to the original. That's very, very important. And if it's not, they're gonna bash it. So you have to watch this. You have to walk a fine line of being very true to the original, but at the same time making it attractive, I think, to a global audience. That's the key. That's the key. But what do you think, Danny?
So we're talking about piracy in general.
Let's just
in the piracy.
Let's talk about piracy.
Okay, so I vote for making it available and trying to go after the websites that have illegal content.
Just out of interest, how many of you accidentally download anime via BitTorrent? Just accidentally. Your mouse just clicks over. Oh, how many? 2, 3? Okay. All right, a few truthful and a bunch of liars.
But my point is, if it was available at a place where you could just watch it instantly at high quality, you would probably just stream it. Because you don't want to download. People don't want to download stuff and fill up their hard drive and possibly get a virus. It has to be available. If it's available and you can watch it whenever you want, that would be a good thing.
To be fair, I don't know how many people are getting viruses from downloading anime.
Well, okay, the virus thing, put that aside, but it does fill up your hard drive.
All right. But he does. Steve does bring up an interesting point, though. When your audience is mass market and not the kind of one-on-one fan thing that we do every day, is there space to have that one-on-one interaction with the consumer? Is that scalable?
But I think there is. I mean, I have like 2 million unique users a month, but I have this platform whereby some users, they choose to interact. I mean, it's said that like only a fraction of the internet's population actually generate content or like comment on blogs. And I think if you have a percentage of your users who are like interfacing like with you, the rights holder of the content, then at least there's some sort of medium for their voice to be heard, basically. So I think there definitely is.
Okay. So there seems Vince is, of course, because this is his job, convinced that, and maybe not just because it's his job, Vince is convinced that the way to bring the viewer back to the legal method of enjoying content is to make it available and to encourage interaction within that platform.
So and I probably left one thing out. So education is important as well. I think the people who love anime, they don't want to rip it off really. They think that they would like to contribute, and so we have to give them a way to do that. And you've been around them for a long time. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I hate to put it this way, I don't think people care.
But that might be because of education, and maybe we need to do a better job in educating them, you know, what it takes. I mean, there was a big issue in Japan recently because the people who are actually making the anime are basically barely skipping by, you know, they're not even making minimum wage, and that's a big issue. And so we need to, that's because, there's a lot of reasons why that is, but if there was more ways for the industry to, you know, generate revenues, then, you know, maybe that wouldn't be the case, and maybe they wouldn't have this issue. So, but the problem, one of the big issues we have, I think, in this industry also is that the Japanese market is pretty much saturated for anime, and we're seeing anime decline a bit on TV actually, and so, you know, the population in Japan is decreasing, so the growth market has to be overseas, and this is it's a very serious issue about it's very serious to the industry, I believe, on how to grow the market, how to grow the industry, and the best place that they see the growth potential, I think, is overseas. So there's lots of issues we have to deal with. How to deliver it, what the timing is, how to enforce IP rights, all of these things are very important.
I think part of the, you know, a piece in this puzzle would be it's not all about making it available. It's about actually dollars and cents. I mean, if someone can just illegally download it for free as opposed to paying, you know, a couple of bucks or, you know, tens of dollars for a download, you know, what would be an option? The option would obviously to download it for free because they know nobody's going to come after that at the end of the day. And you have, you know, I don't think education works at all because in terms of the trends of who actually illegally downloads, it's actually the educated people. It's the educated people who know how to use, you know, networks, the computers and all that who actually download.
But at the same time, is the answer stopping them forcibly? Because those same people are often the people that are, there was recently a survey that said that the people who bought the most music off of iTunes legally were also the people that downloaded the most illegally.
No, I'm not a proponent of enforcement of you know, going after people because, I mean, oftentimes when I act for certain clients, when they go after someone, you know, sometimes I hear the family background. I actually tell them, hey, I actually tell the client, can you go easy on this person? It's actually a multi-pronged approach, you know, a bit of, let me expand the blitzkrieg concept, which is a bit of enforcement, a bit of making it available, a bit of bringing down your prices such that it's almost comparable. I mean, not say free in that sense.
Making it easier
That's right.
to be a legal citizen than to buy.
Correct.